Now we are 12, so we can start. Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, this is the third lesson in our book. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, our lesson today about locating a point and the midpoint. If you remember the last lesson, we know how to find the distance between the 2 points, but now we know how we can find the midpoint of 2 points. So, like what we said, if you have 2 points on the number line, suppose that we have a number line like that. That's A. So we have here a point A located at x1, and we have here a point B located in x2. How we can find the distance between A, B? How we can find the distance? That's what we know from the last lesson. How we can find the distance between the 2 points?
We add them.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi
Absolute,
raji'un.
Mr. Absolute.
Oh, absolute. Sorry,
The
man.
Absolute value of
x2 minus
x2
x1.
minus x1.
x1.
So to find the distance between them, you need to find the absolute value of x2 minus x1. And now that will be the same. If you need to find the coordinate of the midpoint between any 2 points, suppose that we have a point A with a value with the coordinate x1 and a point B with the coordinate x2. So to find the midpoint, you need to find x2 plus x1 all divided by 2. So the midpoint defined as x2 plus x1, x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So how we can find the midpoint of the temperature is reading at 25 degrees and negative 8 degrees. We need to find the midpoint of the temperature. We have 2 cities or 2 places. The first place with negative 8 and the second place with 25.
25.
So we need to find the midpoint between them. How we can find it?
It will be negative 8 plus 25 over 2.
Over 2. So to find the midpoint, it will be negative 8 plus 25 over 2, which equals
equals about
without using calculator, please. We need and most of the cases we will not use a calculator. Yes.
8.5.
8.5
Yeah.
because negative 8 and 25 equal to 17 and over 2, which equals 8.5. Okay. So suppose that we have 2 points like x1 and y1, x2 and y2 that lies on the coordinate plane, and we need to find the midpoint. So by the same, if you need to find the distance between the 2 points at the first, to find the distance, how we can find the distance between them?
It's square root of x2.
To find the distance, it will be the square root of the formula of x2 minus x1 to the power 2 plus y2 minus y1 all to the power 2. That's to find the distance. But to find the midpoint, it will be x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. That's to find the midpoint of the 2 points. So the first question that we have find the coordinate of the midpoint of the given segment. If the starting point is S and the end point is T, where S is negative 6 and 3, T is 1 and 0. As we said for the distance, it doesn't matter you start from S or T, but the main point, when you say this one is X1, so 3 must be Y1. X2, so this one would be Y2. So how we can find the midpoint? We say the midpoint, M capital, so it will be
1.
Negative 6 plus 1 over 2 and 3.
And 3 minus plus
3 plus 0 over 2. Because the midpoint is equals x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. So what is the value for this one? Sorry?
It will be 5 over 2. Yeah.
Just a minute.
Negative 5 over 2.
Just a minute. There is a question here. What's the question?
Mr. Why is it over 2?
This formula. The sum divided by 2.
Oh, it's a formula.
Yeah, if you need to find, it's a formula, but with another way. If you need to find the mean of any 2 numbers, you know what is the meaning of mean? Mean.
Yes, the between.
Mean, yes.
The middle.
Mean.
Average.
The average. So it will be the sum of the value, sum of values
Over the number
divided
of,
by the number
of values.
of values. So the mean, which is the average, which is the number which lies at the middle. So if you need to find the middle, you find the sum of the two values. You have two x's, it's mean x1 and x2. You have two x's, so divided by 2. y1 and y2, so you have two y's, then you divide by 2. You know why you divide it by 2? That's formula. But how we find the formula from this formula, from the mean formula?
Okay.
So it's 2 is constant. It will never
5
be
over
changed.
2.
So
Negative 5 over 2.
negative 5, it will be negative 5
over
2 and
3 over 2.
3 over 2. If you need to write it as the decimal, no problem. If you need to write it as a fraction, it will be the same answer. So for number 2, how we can find it? I need another one to solve.
M is equal to
Okay.
5 plus negative 4.
M is equals 5 plus negative 4.
It will be
5 minus 4. Yes, instead of using plus minus,
Yeah,
so
minus.
we can replace it with minus 4 divided by 2 and
2 and 12 plus 8.
8. That's over
1,
2, which equals
3 power 2.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi.
Oh, 1 over 2. Well, I
1
know.
over 2. 1 over 2 and
20 over 2, which is equal to 10.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 3, I need another one to solve number 3.
M equals to
M equals
minus 8 plus 5 over 2
okay.
and minus 2 or negative 2 plus 1 over 2.
Which equals
Negative 3 over 2, so negative 3 over 2. And negative 1 over 2.
any problem for this one?
No.
No.
Okay. Now we need to find the coordinate of the point J. Find the coordinate of the point J. If K is equals negative 1 and 2, and K is a midpoint of JL. Again, for this one, we have a line segment. That is the line segment that we have. Sorry. That is the line segment. J, L, and we have a point K lies at the middle. That is the meaning that K lies at the middle, where K is negative 1 and 2. We need to find the coordinate of the point J. It's mean X and Y because it's missing. And L is equals 3 and the negative 5. How we can find this way? Try to think about this one. If you can solve it, I will explain it. I need you to think about that.
Plus KL and then is equal to JL.
Again, please, for this one.
JK plus KL and then is equal to JL.
But you don't have the length. I just give you the coordinates. You use this formula. If I give you the length, if I say this part is x, مثلا x plus 2, for example, x plus 2, and this one is 4x, and I said this part is 14. So you can solve it by this way, but I didn't give you the length. I just give you the coordinate of the points. So how we can solve this one? Think about this one, how we solve it.
I'm thinking.
Can you find the relation between J, K, and L? What is the relation between them? What is the formula that we know?
K is in between them.
And between them, it's mean, suppose that we have J plus L divided by 2 is equals K. Is that right?
Yes.
That is the point that we know.
Yes.
We know that it will be x1 and plus x2, which is x plus 3 over 2, and y plus negative 5, it will be minus 5 over 2. Suppose this will be equals, after finding the value, it will be negative 1 and 2. You understand how we find this one?
Yeah.
Is that clear? Suppose that to find the midpoint, we'll use x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
So the first coordinate must be equal to the first coordinate, which is x plus 3
3
over 2
over 2
must be
equals
equals
negative
negative
1.
1. And y minus
Y minus
5
5
over 2
over 2
is
equals
equals
2.
2. Then how we solve it?
You multiply
So
2.
multiplying by
Divide
2,
by 2.
multiplying by 2, multiplying by 2. It's mean
And
now
X
plus
x plus
3
3
equals negative 2
equals negative 2.
and y minus 5 is equals 4.
4.
Then
Shift.
You shift
you
3.
subtract 3 and you
Yeah,
will add 5.
4.
You get the
it
idea for
becomes
this one?
x
X is
equals
equal
Y
negative 5.
equals to negative 5. Sorry, this
and
x.
X equals negative 5.
And y is
and y
equals
is equal
to
to 9.
Equals
9.
9.
So it's mean the ordered pair for this point will be, it's mean j will be equals negative
2
5 and
over
9.
9.
That is the normal way of solving. Is there any other way that we can solve? Yes, there is another way. If I say the length of this part is 5, so what is the length of this part?
5.
5. We are going 5 to the right.
Yeah, because it's
So we are
rectangular.
going 5 to the left because k is the midpoint. It means we have
Yeah.
two equal parts. You get the idea for
Yes.
this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So suppose that if I'm starting from x for this one, I'm going to the first x here that we have. How many units that I'm moving? I'm moving from negative
5.
1 to 3. How many units? From negative 1 to 3. 4
Negative
units.
4.
By adding 4 units or subtracting?
Adding.
Adding 4. So to move to the other side, I will
add 4 as well.
subtract 4.
Subtract
4.
4.
It's mean to find the x now, it will be negative 1 minus 4, which equals negative 5.
Negative 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
This one is easy.
Again, for another one, from 2 to 5.
Subtract.
3.
You
3.
add,
Add
sorry,
3.
no, you subtract from 2 to negative 5. You
Yeah.
subtract.
It's negative 5?
Subtract.
Subtract
yeah.
how many units? Subtract 7. So
7.
to the other side, you will
Add 7.
add 7.
Add 7.
It's
9.
mean y is equals 2 plus
9.
7, which equals 9.
This is 9.
That's the point.
Oh.
You get the idea for this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Any problem? So you have two ways. That is the SAT way. If you want to solve at the SAT exam, we would solve by this way.
This
That
one
is
is
the
easy.
short way. Yes. That is the shortest way to save time. But the main point that you understand which question that we are solving it. So we need to find the coordinate of the point G. By the way, this way is not written in the book. This way is not written in the book. So if you didn't understand, we can explain it one more time. You will not find this way at the book.
Yes,
Mr. Which
can you
one is the
explain it
book?
one more time?
Sorry?
Which one is in the book?
This one which is
Which
written at
way?
the book.
Okay.
This one. This one is not written at the book. This
Can
one
you
for
explain
using.
the SAT way one more time?
I
Yeah.
will solve it here. Find the coordinate of the point G. FP, find the coordinate of the point G. FP is the midpoint of EG. So we have a line segment. That is the line segment that we have. We have here the point P. Sorry, this point is called E and G, where P is the midpoint. And the point E is negative 8 and 6. The point P is negative 5 and 10. We need to find the coordinate of the point G, which is X and Y. So we have two ways. Way number one, to say that X plus negative 8, which is minus 8 over 2, and Y plus 6 over 2 is equals negative 5 and 10. This way, which is written at the book. So to solve this way, so we can say that X minus 8 over 2 is equals to negative 5, and Y plus 6 over 2 is equals 10. Then by solving, we have 2, so we need to multiply by 2. So it will be
10.
X minus 8 is equal to negative 10, and Y plus 6 is equals to 20. It
20.
means by adding 8 and by subtracting 6.
6.
So X will be
18.
equal to negative 2. No,
18.
negative 10 and 8 is negative 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And Y is
Negative.
equals
14.
14. So the ordered pair now for the point G will be equals negative 2
Negative 2
and
and 4.
14. That is the normal way. That's what's written at the book. Okay.
Yes.
So if we need to solve with the other way for the SAT way, that's for the SAT. We have to start from x. Start from the given point here. From -5 to -8, you add or subtract?
You add.
Subtract.
You
You
subtract.
subtract the 3. It's mean to the
Negative
other
3.
side you will
Add 3.
add 3. It's mean to find the value of x. You will say from -5, I will add 3 to be
-2.
-2.
-2.
Right.
And from -10, from 10 to +8. Positive 6.
-6.
Minus
No,
Minus 6.
minus 4. 4.
So
Minus 4, minus 4, yeah.
You subtract
Minus
4, so to the other side you will
Add 4.
add 4. It's mean now to find y, it will be equals 10 plus 4, which equals to
14.
14. So that's the point that we find here.
Yes.
Is it clear? Any problem for
Yes.
this one? Okay.
No.
Now, the given question said that we need to find the measure of PQ, the measure of the line segment. We need to find the measure. What does it mean? It means we need to find the length of PQ,
PQ.
where Q
Yes.
is the midpoint. What is the meaning of Q is the midpoint?
It's in the middle.
It's at the
the
middle.
middle.
So it will be, we can say that PQ is equals QR.
14 plus
Yeah.
PQ, how we know that? Because Q is the midpoint. It's mean
They
PQ
have two equal sides.
will be equals
Is the same as
QR.
QR.
So
Yeah.
by solving the equation, so we have 9y
9y
minus 2
minus
is equals
2 equals to
14
14
plus
plus
5y.
Then we have 5y
Minus
by
5 with
subtracting
9.
5y and by adding
2.
So it
2.
will be
4y.
4y is
4y
equals
Y
Equals to
equals
16.
16.
Then
And y
And
equals
4.
4.
Y equals to 4.
Y is equal to 4.
Y equals 4, yes.
so y is equals 4.
Equal to 4.
Just find y. Again, look at the question. We need to find. You have to find. We need to find the length of BQ.
PQ.
The length
Yes.
of PQ. It's mean we don't need to find y. If you stop at y, it's mean your question will be wrong because I need just the
Wrong.
final answer. So PQ, how we find PQ? By using substitution.
9
Just 34.
Yes.
9 times
9
4
times
minus 2.
minus 2.
It mean
9
PQ is
times
equals
4.
9 times 4, 36 minus
34.
2 is
34.
34
34.
units. You get the idea for this one?
We have to write units.
Yes.
No problem. Just because that's we are measuring the length unit. So just say 34 units.
Alright.
Okay. We need to find the value of x. That is the required number 1. If C
Yes.
is the midpoint of AB, so we need only one required, which is the value of x.
A. X.
So draw the line. That is the line that we
Yes.
have. We have
A,
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 B,
B,
and we
and C in
have
the
a
middle.
point C at the middle.
C.
Because that's at the midpoint, so we draw this at the middle. AC equals 4x
This equals
plus
4x
5.
plus 5.
And AB, all of AB
78.
equals,
I'm
all
fast.
of
78.
AB is 78. So how we solve this one?
The formula which I told you, right?
Which is?
Yeah,
The
AC
plus
AC
A
plus
plus
CB is
CB
equal
is
to
equal
AB.
to AB.
Okay. So all what we have to
GB
do,
is
which is
74x plus
AC plus CB
CB
equals
is equal
Equals AB.
AB. With the given length. So
So 4x plus 5
plus,
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
Mr.
That's what-
AC.
just a minute. Don't say no. Just we continue with this solution. If you have another
plus
solution,
CB
we will write
is
it. No
equal to
problem.
78.
Even if your solution is right, is wrong, I will not say no. I will just write the point to find the mistake. So don't say no. Okay.
4x plus 5 plus CB is equal to 78.
So what is the length of CB? Now we have two variables.
We'll find
You
it.
have
We'll
X.
find it.
How you find it? To
By-
solve.
then you
Now you
simplify
have how many equations that you have? Only one equation. That's right.
one.
So
Yeah.
you must have only one variable, not two variables.
Oh.
You have X, and you have another BC, which is Y. So it means you have two variables. So what is the length of
Sir, but
BC?
AC and CB are same.
Yes, that is the point. So it will be AC and CB are the same. So this part also will be CX,
4x.
4x plus 5.
Four.
You get the idea for this one?
Yes.
So we can say now is 4x plus 5
5
plus
Equals to
4x
4x
plus
plus
5
5
is equal
8x
to
equals to
78,
78.
which is 8x
4x
plus 10
plus 10
is equals
10 is equal to
78
78.
8x
by
is equals to
subtracting 10.
68.
68.
So x is
78x
equal
is
to
equal to
68
68.
divided by 8 divided by 8. It means x is
X is equal to
8.5.
8.5.
Can we find with another way? I need another way. This way is right, 100% right. This way is 100% right, not wrong. But we need another
Yes.
way. What is the meaning of C at the midpoint?
It's
He
in
lies
the
at the
middle.
middle. What is the meaning lies at the middle? Divided the line segment, the whole line segment into two equal halves. So this part, all of this part is 78. So only this part will be 39, and only this part will be 39. It means 4x plus 5 is equals 39.
13.
You got the idea
Yes.
for this one? So to solve
Yes.
by solving, so by
No, mister,
subtracting 5,
can you explain again?
Explaining
again for this one. If you are
Who
not
is
using
this?
the mic, please. If you are not using the mic, switch off your mic. If you are not talking, switch off the mic. Okay. So again for this one, all of this part, if I say all of the line segment is equals, we have a line segment here. Its length is 10. And we have a point x lies at the middle. So what is the length of this part? Ax.
5.
How you know that?
Because
Divided by 2, because we have x at the midpoint.
Yeah.
Is that right? So we have
Yes.
AB, all of AB equals 78. It
78.
means AC is half the
70.
length of AB. And BC is
39.
half the length also of AB. AB is
So
equal
it's half of
78. It
78
means half of 78 is 39. And this
39.
part also will be
Oh,
39. So 4x plus
okay.
5 is equal to 39. By subtracting 5, it means 4x is equals 34 divided by 4 divided by 4. It means
4
x is
4
equals
so
8.5. That's another way.
8.5.
This one is 100% right. If you solve by the first way, it will be okay. If you solve by the second one, it will be okay. Any problem for this one?
No.
The idea? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. With another idea. We need to find the value of x. X lies on AF. A, which is negative 7,
7
and F, which is 5.
5.
When I say x is lies at the middle, you divide it by 2. You just add them and divide it by 2. But we need to find x, which lies at 1/6 of the distance from A to F. It's 1/6. From A, I will start from A and going in direction of F because it's different.
Yes.
When I say the distance from your home to the school, suppose that is 10 kilometers. And I need 1/4 of the distance. 1/4 of the distance from, if I say at the middle, it will be at the middle. It will be equal distance from your home to the point and from the point to the school. But when I say 1/4, 1/4 from my home or from the school, that's different. So when I say any fraction, except 1/2, I have to define starting from the point A or from the point F. So I need to find from the point A or from the point F. So when I
From
say
A.
I need 1/6 of the distance from A to F, at the first I need to find the distance from A to F. So how we find the distance from A to F?
You
What is
can
the
just
distance?
count on the number.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi
So the absolute
raji'un.
of
The absolute value of
5
5 minus negative 7,
Plus
which is plus 7, so it will be 12. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. So the total distance from A to F is 12 units. You need 1/6 of the distance. So 1/6 of
2.
AF, which equal 1/6 of
times 12.
12, which equals 2. So it's mean 1/6 of the distance is only 2 units.
Sure.
You will start
Okay.
from A or from F?
A.
You start from A or from F? It's mean you will start from A. So from A, I'm going to F. It's mean from A, I'm going to F. You are going to the right or to the left?
To the right.
Right.
To the right. To the right, it's mean you will add or subtract.
You'll add.
You will add because you will add 2. It's mean A now is negative 7 and you will add 2. It will be negative 5. So 5, negative 5, its mean, which is x. It means x is equal to negative 5. X, which is equal to negative 5, lies on 1 over 6, or 6 of the distance from A to F. You get the idea?
Yes.
Suppose that I need the point y, which lies at 1 over 6 of the distance from A to F, from F to A. I need now from F to A. How we can find y? It lies at 1 over 6. Its mean now, it will be 2 units. From
If you'll
F
subtract
to
2
A.
units.
Yes. To find y now, to find y, I will subtract. What is the value? I will subtract f, because I'm going from f to a.
Yeah.
It means I'm going to the left.
12 minus
You are
2.
going to the left, you will subtract. You will subtract
12
2
minus-
units. So it will be f, which equals to 5, minus 2, which equals to 3.
3.
So at negative 5, we have a point which is x, and at 3, we have a point here which is y. You got the idea for this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Any
Yes.
problem? So number 1, if I need to find the distance, 1 over 6, 1 over 4, 1 over 5, whatever the fraction that we have, number one, find the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, the fraction, which is a over b, multiplied
Times
by the
distance.
distance.
Yes.
Number 3, if you start from the left to right, you will add from the smallest by adding to the distance, to the answer that you find. Suppose that the answer here is O. So it will be S plus O, or the greatest number minus O.
Yes.
So you have 3 steps. If you need to find the distance, you need to find, number 1, find the distance, multiply the fraction by the distance. Then if you start from the smallest number, add O. If you start from the greatest number, subtract O. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Use the same number line above. Use the same number line above. We need to find the distance. We need to find the distance, which lies at 1 over 8 of the distance from C to E. So what is the value of C?
It is on the top.
C, which is negative 4,
Negative
and
4.
E, which is 2.
2.
Yes.
So this point is
Negative
negative
4.
The absolute
4
value of
and 2.
Yes.
So we need to solve in 3 steps. Number 1, find the length
find
of
distance.
CE. What is the
C.
value of
Yes.
CE?
The absolute value
4
of
minus
value
2, which is 6.
is 6
6.
Number 2, 1 over 8 times
times
6, which
6.
equals
Times 6.
3 over 4.
It's
Or
3
you
or
can
4.
write it as
Yes.
0.75.
Yeah.
Number 3, you will start from C and going to E.
Right.
C,
You go
which
to
is
the
the
right,
smallest
you
number,
add.
or to the greatest number?
C is the smallest.
Smallest.
Smallest
Because it's
number.
the smallest, you
Smallest
will
So you
add.
add
So it will be negative 4 plus 0.75,
0.75,
which equals
negative
negative 3.25.
25. Sorry, yeah.
You get the idea for this one?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
that clear? Any problem
Yes.
for this one?
No.
No.
So we need to find the point R, which lies at NM on 1 over 4 of the distance from N to M. Now it's different. Now when I say I just have a coordinate on the number line, I have only X. But now for the coordinate plane, we have a point X and Y. So we'll follow the
Yes.
same. For X, you will follow the same. For X, find the distance from X2 minus X1. And the same for Y2 minus Y1. Then multiply 1 over 4. So that's the first step. Number 2, multiply 1 over 4 times the answer that you will find it from here. Number 3, you will start from, you will find X
N.
coordinate
N.
for R. X coordinate for R. So you will find here also, you will multiply 1 over 4 multiplying by the answer that you will find. So you will find Y coordinate for R.
Or
So the last point that you will say that R is equals the value of X and the value of R.
oh
You have
Yes.
2 questions now. You got the idea for this one?
yes.
Again.
Yes.
So that's X1 and that's X2.
X2.
Okay.
And that's Y1.
So how we find it? It will be
It will
2
be
minus negative 3 or negative 3
2
minus 2. So it will be 2 minus negative 3, which is plus 3. So it will be equals 5.
5.
So now we have 1 over 4 times 5, which
5.
equals
Which
equals
equals
5 over 4,
5 over 4.
Four.
1.25.
Yes.
Now you start from, you need from n to m. From n to m. Now we need to find x. It means you are moving on x.
Negative 3
X now you
plus
are
1.
moving to the right.
The right.
To the right, you will add or
Positive.
subtract? You will
Add.
add. So we will use the
Negative
coordinate of the
3
point
plus
x by adding 1.25, which
0.25.
equals
Yes.
Yes. Which equals
negative 1 and negative
negative
1.75. So it will be negative 1.75.
1.75.
You will repeat the same for y. Repeating the same for y. How we can find y?
Yes.
That's y1
3
and
minus
that's
3
y2.
plus 3
3 plus
plus
3,
3.
which equals 6. So it will be 1
6.
over 4 times 6, which equals the 6 over 2, 3 over 6 over
3
4,
over
which is
2.
3 over
3
2,
over
which is
2.
1.5.
5.
You will start from n to m. It's mean from negative 3. Negative 3, you are going to up. That's
Positive.
why you are
Add.
going
Add.
up. You will
Add.
add.
Add
You will add
plus
1.5, which
1.5.
equals
negative 1.5.
negative
Negative
1.5.
1.
So the coordinate will be negative 1.5.
Negative 1.5.
Yes.
Is that clear? You understood the point
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Understood?
Yes.
Any problem for this one?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No.
Again, we need to find the coordinate of the point P,
P.
which lies on NM,
NM.
on 1 over 5 of the distance from N to M. So how we can find it? Number 1, we need to find
the
x2
distance
x2
x.
minus x1, which is
Yes.
negative
Which is
3
Negative
2 plus
minus
3.
2 or
minus
2 plus 3.
2 plus 3.
Negative
Yes.
3 minus
5.
2 or 2 plus 3, you will find it will be
5.
5. So the second step, which is, we need
Which
to add
is
1 over 5.
Which time
1
1
over
over
5
5
Yeah, 1
time
over
not
5 times 5.
So it will
5.
be
Which
equals.
is equals to 1.
The
1.
third step, you will start from n.
And
So negative 3.
And add
Plus
add
You will
plus 1.
add
Plus
1, which
1.
equals negative.
Negative 2.
Negative 2.
2.
So the point P will be negative 2 and
Negative 2.
we will repeat the
y2
same for y,
y1.
Yes.
which is negative 3 minus
3
3,
plus 2.
so it will be 6.
Yes.
The second, 1 over 5 times 6,
Times
which
6.
equals
6
6
over
over
5.
5, which equals 1.2. So number 3, negative 3 plus 1.2, which equals
2.
Is equal to
2.8.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un.
Yeah,
1.8.
1.8.
So it will
1.8.
be
Sorry.
negative 1.8.
Negative
1.8.
1.8.
You got the idea for this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it clear? Any problem?
No.
No.
Okay. Again, we need to solve this one. Now we have, if you remember this one, I need to find the coordinate of the point P. It's 1 over 5 of the whole distance.
Yes.
The distance from N to M is 5 units. I need only one part out of 5 units. Okay? But for this one, C is dividing the line segment AB by the ratio 1 to 4. It means AC, that's 1, and this part is 4 units. Again, find C on AB such that the ratio between AC to CB is 1 to 4. But we didn't solve by this way. No, we didn't solve by this one. We need to find the relation between C to hold the part. You get the idea?
Yes.
It means C is equals 1 over 5 of the distance of AB. When I say it lies at 2 or 2/4 of the distance, it means not 2/4. Make it 7. Make it 7. Make it 7. So it lies at 2. The ratio between AC to CB is equals 2 to 7. So what is the ratio that I will use? That's the line segment AB and C. The ratio now, that's 2 and that's 7. It means C is 2 over 9. No, 2 over 9 of AB. You just find the list of AB. The main point that you use The whole
okay.
line segment. You
Yeah.
are not using one of the small parts. You are using a whole line segment.
Sure. Nice.
You got the idea for this one?
Yes.
If you look
Yeah.
at the question, you just find P on NM. It's mean you need to find the whole part of NM. R lies on NM. This point lies on EC or CE. The whole part, not the small part. So we will not use the two small parts. We just find the ratio of the whole part. Is it clear? So when I give you the question, just translate it into graph. Just draw a line segment. I need that lies in 2/7. It means the whole part will be 9. So C now will be 2 units of 9.
9.
Now for this one, it's 1/4. It's mean
right?
1 of 5. 1 of 5 of AB. 1 out of 5 of AB.
So
Got the idea for this one?
5 and then
Yes.
1 of 5.
So you need to find AB. So what is the coordinate of the point A? Again, we go back to the graph. What is the coordinate of the point A?
-4 and 6.
Yes.
-4 and 6. What is the
And
coordinate
6.
of the point B?
1 and
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Look at X. From X1 to X2, you add or subtract?
Add.
You subtract.
add.
Look at
Subtract.
X1. Look at
Add.
X1
You
and
add.
X2. Just a minute. Look at
You
X1 and
add.
X2. From X1 to X2, the number is increased or
Subtract.
just
Yes,
a minute.
no,
Just a
the
minute.
X is
Just
increasing.
listen.
Number is
From
You
X1,
just add.
from X1 to X2, the number is increased
You
or
add.
decrease?
Increase.
Decrease.
From
Increase.
-4 to 1,
It's increase.
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 It's mean you will add.
Add.
You will add.
exactly.
So you will say
Yes.
-4 plus the value that you will find it from here.
Mhm.
Got the idea for this one? Just a minute.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll go one line down. So it will be from -4 plus the value. And from Y1 to Y2, what happened?
Decreasing. It's decreasing.
Decrease. It's mean. It
Yes,
will
so
be
you
from
subtract.
6,
Subtract.
you will subtract the value that you will find. Which value that I will find? The value that I will find here. Number 1, I need to find -4 minus 1, which equals 5 units.
5.
So number 2,
4 plus
1/5 times
Time
5,
5.
which equals
is 1.
Then I will
One.
use this one, which equal to
-3.
-3. You got the idea? Okay.
Yes.
So number 2, I will repeat the same. So it will be 6 minus 2,
Minus
which
2.
equals 4 units.
4.
So I will say 1/5 times 4, which
4 over
equals
5. 4 over 5.
4/5, which equals 0.8. So I will use 0.8, which equals 5.2. So the coordinate of the point C will be equals -3
-3,
and
3
3
and
and 5.2.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Very clear.
We need to find D.
Where
E lies on AB, such that
Yeah.
let's say the same AB, the same AB,
Oh, okay, the same.
the same AB.
So 1/4.
1/4.
Yeah.
Yes, because we have a line segment that's
Like-
A and B, and it's from
D.
we have a
Issue.
point D here.
D.
That's 1 and that's 3, so all
That's
part will be 4.
1/4.
It's mean will be 1/4. So the
4.
fraction will be 1/4. So we'll say
Yes.
-4 minus 1 equals 5. The same
5.
point here.
Yeah.
Okay?
And then
That is step
1/4.
number 1. Step number 2, it's 1/4 of
4.
5, which equals 5/4, which equals
4. This point 8.
1.25.
1.25, sorry.
So again, we will start from -4. So -4 plus 1.25,
1.25.
which equals -2.75. -2.75.
75.
We will repeat the same. 6 minus 2 equals 4. So it will be 1/4 times 4, which
Times
equals
6.
1.
1.
That's the second step. So the third one it will be 6 minus 1, which equals 5.
5.
So the coordinate of the point D is equals -2.75 and 5.
5.
Yes.
Okay? Any problem for this
Yeah.
part?
No.
Any problem for the lesson? Because now we will start solving. Any problem for the lesson?
No.
Yes,
Exactly.
I'm confused over here.
What?
I can explain one more.
Which one? This one? The last one?
Yes.
Okay, I will remove it and explain it one more time.
So, Mr. Even in the exam, there will be no calculator allowed, right?
There is calculator allowed.
Oh, I don't.
But for the SAT, there is one section without using calculator, and all of this question at the SAT part. So you have to train yourself without using calculator. You are solving now two exams, for the exam and for the SAT. For the exam, you can use the calculator, but for the SAT, this part is not allowed to use a calculator. So you have to train yourself about that. And if you can solve it, I give you the way that you can solve it. If you can multiply or divide, I give you the way how you can solve it. So again, we can repeat this one. We need D lies at 1/3. So number one,
Yes.
you need to find the ratio. That is the line segment that we have. So A, B, and you have D. That's the ratio 1 to 3. It's mean all of this part is 4 units. It's mean D is 1 over 4 of AB. That's step number 1. When I give you a ratio, you have to find the fraction. So number 2. Now we need to solve. You need to find x2 minus x1.
X1.
And y2 minus y1. So go back to the question. x1, which is -4.
-4.
Minus 1.
Yes.
So it will be
So 1
-1 minus -4, which is plus 4. So it will be equals 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Then it will be 1 over 4 of the distance. So it will be 1 over 4 times 5,
Then
which equals
5/4.
1.25.
Yes.
You will start from, it's going from A to B. So you will start from A. What is the x coordinate for A? It's -4. So we'll start from -4. You are going to B. From A to B, you are going to right or left?
Right.
Right.
You'll
It
add.
means you will add.
You'll add.
You are going to the right, you will add. It means you will add 1.25. So the answer now will be -2.75. So that is the coordinate, the x coordinate, which is -2.75.
25.
You will repeat the same for y. Now we need to find y, which is 6 and 2. So we subtract 2 minus 6 or 6 minus 2. Inside the absolute value, the answer is
4.
it lies at 1 over 4 of the distance. So it will be 1 over 4 multiplying by 4, which equals 1.
1.
Now you will start from A. What is the coordinate of A? A, which is 6. From A, you are going to B. You are going down. It means you will add or subtract?
Subtract.
You will say 6 minus 1, which equals
5. 5.
So that is the second coordinate. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Any problem?
Yes.
No.
Any problem for the listener? Okay. I will print now the solution and send it to you. So if you need the solution, just send me a message and I will send the solution to you.